Hello. Today we're going to do tea with Thompson. And Thompson, which is Carl, doesn't like tea, but I've got a cup of tea. It's a nice grey, rainy day, so perfect weather for a warm cup of tea. And today the tea that we're going to talk about is when Carl has lied about having a disability.
I feel like you might have to explain what tea actually means.
And for anyone that is not young and hip like myself, tea is means the same as like gossip. So you say, oh, spill the tea, and that doesn't mean like spill this. It means give me the goss, what's been happening. So it's just an updated version of goss. So Carl, have you ever lied about having a disability? Or about what type of disability you have?
Good question. I think you already know the answer. But yes, I did. I have lied about having a disability. So I do actually have one. I want to make that clear. I'm not just pretending to be in a wheelchair now. But the story is we went to some special accommodation for a holiday. So it was kind of a hotel resort. It was primarily designed for people with a spinal cord injury. So people who are paraplegic or quadriplegic. And that's not my disability. I have a different disability to that, although I have quite similar needs in that, I still need help getting around and help getting on the bed and help in the shower, getting dressed, stuff like that. But anyway, it was on the beach, on the water, and there was also some assistance provided where they had people take people out swimming. So they had exercise physiologists or swimming teachers.
Yeah, and they had what do you call them? The swimming wheelchairs, so you can go in the water in the wheelchair. So they had a lot of that adaptive equipment.
Things that floated in the water and stuff like that.
Yeah, and a gym that didn't have seats, so that Carl could go up in his wheelchair up to the equipment. So it was a really cool place. With lots of accessibility in mind.
Yeah, so it was a really nice hotel resort type place we were staying at. And we decided to go for a swim, and we thought we might as well go with one of the instructors.
Sorry. So when we booked the accommodation, Carl had to tick a box saying that he had a spinal cord injury.
Yeah, so this was...
He wasn't allowed to stay there unless he had a spinal cord injury. So Carl lied and said he had a spinal cord injury on the box.
Well...
And we thought that, no one's going to ask if he has a spinal cord injury.
And I also feel like, as I was saying before, the actual impact of my disability is very similar to that of actually having a spinal cord injury. So, even though I might not actually have a spinal cord injury, I still have the same needs and still need access to the same equipment and supports that were provided at the place we stayed at. So, even though it was a bit of a lie, I suppose, I didn't think it would be that much of a big deal because I still need support and was still, a paying customer, I suppose, too.
Yeah, and you needed the same support as someone with a spinal cord injury.
Yeah. Anyway, you can keep going.
Yeah, so we decided to go swimming, and Carl was in the beach wheelchair, and we were going down to the pool, and the guy that was pushing Carl asked him what level his spinal cord injury was, and I think I was walking behind you, and I just started laughing and had to move off to the side for a bit because I was laughing a lot.
So Kirsty's not very good at keeping a straight face, so doesn't have a very good poker face, whereas mine I think is quite a bit better. Sorry, but that's true. So he asked me what kind of spinal cord injury I had or what level of spinal cord injury I had. And I didn't want to lie and make up one.
Yeah, he didn't want to make up a number, you know.
Yeah, and I didn't want to say, no, I don't have one, because then I was worried that they would kick us out or something like that. And we haven't booked flights back for another few days, and obviously we already paid everything. So I was just very vague, and I just said something like, oh, it's not that bad, I need a bit of help. And then he said, oh, you know, what level spinal cord injury? And I'm like, oh, just a medium one.
Yeah, Carl said, I can still move my arms and legs.
I can still move my arms a little bit and my legs, yeah. But obviously I can't walk. And then we got down into the water, and I'm fine in water in terms of my temperature regulation and things. I don't get very, very cold. Some people with spinal cord injuries, I think, get very...
so they can't regulate their temperature as well. So if they get cold, then they can, it can be really serious for them.
Yeah.
The guy that was swimming with Carl was really concerned, and he kept saying, oh, you're too cold. We better get out soon. You don't want to get too cold. And Carl was like, oh, it's okay.
And by this point, we were only in the water for about 5 minutes, and the guy wanted to come out, and it took about half an hour to get ready and about 10 minutes to get to the water. So I didn't want to stay in the swimming area for 5 minutes. So I kept saying, I'm okay. And then Kirsty said something like, oh, Carl's disability means he doesn't get cold. Oh.
I didn't say that. So what I said was that Carl doesn't get too impacted by temperature, and he's fine if he gets cold.
Yeah, so fair enough. We convinced the guy to keep me in the water for a bit longer. But eventually he got too worried, and we left a bit earlier than planned. But it was okay.
And then Carl went to the gym as well with another exercise physiologist. And again, they were asking him what level his spinal cord injury was. Yeah,
so this was at the same accommodation. They also had a gym with assistants in there as well. They really did assume everyone had a spinal cord injury at that place.
You did have to say you had one.
Yeah, I suppose. I have to tick a box. So it's probably my fault, but we didn't get sprung.
But it was a nice accommodation.
Yeah, and they took my money as well. So I was still a paying customer.
You paid for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Does that make me a bad person? I hope not.
Leave a comment. Let us know. Is Carl a bad person?
Let me know in the comments if you think I'm terrible.
I'll be commenting.
What will you say?
We'll have to see.
Well.
Have you had any other times where you've lied about your disability?
Not really, I don't think.
Have you ever pretended you don't have one online?
I don't normally mention it unless it's relevant.
So you don't introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Carl. I have cerebral palsy.
Hello, my name's Carl. I have cerebral palsy. No. Mostly it's pretty obvious, I suppose. But now, I'm always really worried about saying that, because I don't want them to find out that I don't have a spinal cord injury, in case they recognise me and then bar me from ever going to the accommodation again.
Yeah.
And they might do that now, because you just said that I've got cerebral palsy. Might have to cut that out.
Yeah. So you've lied once about your disability?
Yep. So far.
And you feel guilty about it?
Not really. Yeah.
Cool. I hope that was some good tea that we spilt today. There might have been a bit extra tea spilt. Some physical tea that was spilt as well.
Yeah. Stop saying tea, please.
That happens.
It's not cool to talk about tea.
So Carl might make this a regular segment. It's new, I came up with it, but he could make it a regular segment. So let him know if you want him to make a regular segment about this and what sort of things you want him to talk about.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Please like and subscribe.
If you want. Bye.
Thanks. This is what Oscar was doing while we were filming.
Hello, Oscar. Are you having a nice nap?